Donnie B got to be.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Donnie B got the beats, and you know we live on the beat. As typical fashion, I always give these fabulous intros, man. So why stop now, man? So got a phone call from a dope sister. Matter of fact, she was a guest on the show before. Someone that I really admire in the game. She's, her hustle is unparalleled. Hey Donnie, listen, I got this guy, man. You need to check out, man. He's dope. Oh yeah, because when people say somebody dope, I'm like, oh yeah, he is perk up. Got to figure out who that is, right? So,
right,
all right, cool. She sent me, you sent me the math and everything. I looked him up and down. I was like, yeah, I was like, this brother got some swag with him. He got, you know what I'm saying? Like he got business savvy. I saw a lot of myself in this man, and for anybody that knows me, I got a lot of hats. I'm into a lot of different things, man, and I try to hustle as much as I can, but also I'm an artist too. So, naturally I gravitated to this guy. I was like, okay, this dude, he's the business. You know what I mean? So this guy's humble, man. Real down to earth cat, man. And I think y'all really gonna enjoy this brother, man. He's the president and founder of Priceless Music out of Akron, Ohio. This brother right here is dope. Make sure y'all check him out. But we got him today. So we got president and founder of Priceless Music, Lex Lou. How you doing, brother?
Everybody.
All right.
Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, of course. Like I said, you're a friend of jazz, you're a friend of mine, man. And like I said, everything I said I meant, man. I'm a fan.
Thanks for the dope intro, man. That was nice.
Appreciate it. So how's everything with you, man? How's everything going?
I've been having a good time while I've been out here in LA. Been real good.
Okay. How long you out here for?
I came out here last Friday, and I'm leaving out tomorrow. I came out here to celebrate my birthday. I had an event on the 27th on Saturday. Brought a bunch of artists together to try to make some records and do some networking and everything. Turned out real good, so I came out here to get some work in.
Okay, sound like it. Well, happy belated birthday, brother. I wish I could have been there. I had to shoot a music video this past Saturday, but if I didn't, I would have loved to have been there for sure.
Thanks for the birthday wishes.
No doubt. So let's get cracking, brother. Let's get into this, man. Who is Lex Lou? Tell us about yourself, man.
Lex Lou, I'm a producer / manager / radio show host out of Akron, Ohio. I'm a guy that just loves to be around the whole music scene, work with artists, put records together. That's just my passion.
Okay. How long? Maybe this is a taboo question, but how long have you been in the game, brother?
I've been doing it a very, very long time. I started off in a group, singing. We used to open up for a group called True.
Okay.
And we traveled the world. We traveled the country, opening up for Troop, and then they got picked up on the MC Hammer tour. So then we got to do some of those shows and do a lot of parties. So that's where my start comes from. So without saying the age, they can put it together from there when I start naming some of the groups I worked with back in the day.
I trust me, I feel you on that, bro. The thing is, I know who you talk about, so that shows my Indeed. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. let's being in the industry and having been exposed to, and I hate saying it like this, but I have to because it's a distinct difference between yesterday's music and today's music. But the old school talent of that caliber, the Hammers, the Troop, you know what I'm saying? Like the people of that era. How did, like, what is that even like? Because you know what I mean? Like I grew up idolizing these people, you know what I mean? And you know, I still have a ton of respect for everything that you know, all of the paths and everything that was laid for us, the foundation. So to come across you and meet you and understand that you got to work with those people, what was that like for you?
It was real humbling, and it was great because those was people like I woke up one day watching TV wanting to be with those guys, you know what I mean? And then I got an opportunity to open for them. And after we opened up for them, we did the after party, and Troop came. And they seen us perform at the after party. They're like, oh, y'all doing a lot of stuff we need to be doing on stage. We want y'all to be our opening act. And I was 12 years old at that time. You know, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm about to go on tour. I can't go to school no more. I can't do nothing. You know what I mean? And I got to introduced to how hard artists had to work at that time. We were on that tour bus every night, pulling up in a different city, you know, and there was no social media or anything to get the words out. So that was the only way people in small towns or anything, if we heard about you, you had to pull up in them small towns and do a show. So it was a lot of hard work. When we got to the Hammer part, it was like, okay, well, this dude is a mega star. You know what I mean? I get to see this full mega production now. You know what I mean? And it's like, dang, that's what it really take to do this. You know what I mean? And it was real motivating. It was a heck of an experience.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, juxtapose that, because like you said, being on the, a lot of people don't understand that the all of the work that goes into that, right? Because we all look at the TV and say, "Oh, I want to do that," and you know, and in some ways, it always looks easy, right? But you know, people don't understand that. You know, like you said, you know, from you go to sleep in one city, wake up in another one.
Yeah, it wasn't easy because we pulling up into the city. You got to do press runs. You know, you got to go to sound check. You got to do all this other stuff. It's not like you pulling up and just waiting for the show to happen. You working all day, and then you got to go deliver a show. You know,
right?
So, and us being the opening acts and everything, we was doing all the little fill-in stuff. You know what I mean? So it taught me a lot, and it made me real big on work ethic. With when I started managing and everything, those were the things that kind of made me pick the artists that I wanted to work with or not. When I seen, hey, are you going to be able to handle this? You know,
right?
Because it's a lot different now. You know, they can post a bunch of stuff on social media and get the word out there. It's a lot easier now for artists.
Yeah, and I definitely want to dive into that a little bit more because you know, there's like I said earlier, there's a distinct dichotomy between yesterday and today. You know what I mean? Like the industry didn't change like 2 or 3 times since then. You know, but with regard to growing up and having to deal with that kind of thing, going from city to city, and being away from your friends and your family at such a young age, what was it like still when you came back home and growing up in Akron? Like, what was that like?
Akron, growing up in Akron, I kind of always was in the spotlight since day one because I come up from a musical family. My grandfather was a manager, and my mom was one of the groups that he managed, and my aunt and uncle and everybody he managed. He was a big manager in the city, you know. And then my mom followed in his footsteps, and she was our manager, you know. But so I grew up just constantly in the music business. I was also into sports, so I played a lot of football and ran track and wrestled. She really tried to keep me out of the street element a lot, you know, because she did that by keeping me busy. Because Akron, it's got it's a small city, but it's got a big crime rate, and it's got a real good way of taking people under. You know, there's a lot of talented people that come out of Akron, like LeBron, he's from Akron, you know, but
right.
you know, he can tell you the story. Like, man, if I didn't have the right people around me, I would have got sucked under real quick, because it's kind of crazy. It's kind of rough there. We were once the rubber capital of the world, and then all the rubber companies moved overseas. You know, yeah, Akron was the rubber capital of the world at one point. So all the rubber companies moved overseas. That city went into a recession way before the country ever thought about a recession or anything, because all the rubber left. And then we also had what was Chrysler, and Chrysler left. So all the people moved into that area for those jobs. And when all those, I mean, it was everybody from that area was working at those factories and stuff. And when they left, they had to refigure out the whole city economically.
Wow.
So it was growing up crazy. It was kind of crazy, but I had a lot of fun. My mom kept me busy. I had a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, you talked about how you got started in the music business. I mean, with regard to it being the family element that I guess was the catapult, right? And then you had this, like you said, opening up for these artists and so forth and so on. What was it that made you put it all together? Was it that you came from a family already and establishing the work element, on the tours and stuff like that, and seeing it behind the scenes in order for you to be able to put together all of the hats that you have now?
I'm gonna tell you what my mom would always walk around the house singing and everything, and we would sing and play around, but it was Motown 25. Michael Jackson came out there and did the Billie Jean, and then did that with his brothers.
Yeah.
That was it. Let's go. I'm ready to dance now. Me and my brother, we started with Michael Jackson, you know what I mean? And that's how then we formed group. And my mom was our manager. She would make us practice 46 hours a day in the middle of the street. And, halfway through it, she pick it up. Y'all look like crap. You know what I mean? She was just like, she come from that hardcore. If you can't deliver your song, ain't no you should be on stage. So I had to, I went to school, went to football practice, and then I'm coming home to rehearse. That was my entry to the music game.
I won't say I kind of respect that. I do respect that. I wish I had that. My dad was in the music industry too, but when I was born, that pulled him out of it. And he taught me the things. A lot of nuggets of wisdom on the fringe. You know what I mean, but not in it. And it took me forever to get into it. But it was just that, like you said, that ethic. I don't know. I was just kind of was wired with it, but to be able to have somebody that understood what you needed to do, and put, like you said, your mom have you out there 4 to 6 hours a day, perfecting and honing your craft. I mean, that's got to be commendable, man. Like that. Shout out to moms, like you know what I mean. Like that's awesome.
I keep her with me every day. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be able to sit talking to you right now. I'd be a totally different person.
Facts, man. Facts. Hey, there go Jazz right there. Jazz says, "Hey guys."
Hey.
All right. And Kendrick, I mean, it says workload for sure.
Yes, sir.
So, what is now the Akron entertainment scene? Like I said, I've previously had a couple of other MCs to come up, specifically from Akron. But for you, what is the Akron entertainment scene like?
It's a very competitive, highly rap dominated scene right now. There's some few R&B artists, not a lot of groups, but a lot of rappers. You know what I mean? And a lot of them got a lot of cool sounds too. It's the business is what lacks there. There hasn't been anybody that broke out of there in a long time. So I think the whole marketing and business aspect of it, they're lacking, but the talent is there. It's just somebody got to get that big break. You know what I mean? Somebody got to take that and move on from there, because there's a lot of talent. There's been some artists out of there lately that have made some noise, like Ampachino. He's a artist that a lot of people know from around. He's got the Bay in Kansas City. Really, he got that sound, and they really gravitate to him. And there's been a few other ones that kind of went viral on like the YouTube scene and stuff like that. So we got a very active music scene, very active.
Okay. How do you guys take the outsiders? Like, you know, is it that like kind of everybody kind of knows everybody, and you know that's the city. So when like if new people were to come in, just like visiting and stopping through, is it difficult?
No, we really open up to people. Because you know it's a small city, so they look to other people from bigger cities like, okay, he can help me. I want that market, or maybe he knows something about the game that I don't. So it's really open. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I like to do, anyways. I like to put people from my city together with other cities to try to bridge that network out a little bit. You know, so yeah, we're open to it. It's a lot. I don't think when artists come there, everybody want to work with them, especially if they got something going on with them.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, it's funny you say that because like where I'm from DC, and it's you know I haven't been back you know working in I don't know at least 4 years. But you know I still hear the rhetoric. I'm in a lot of the chat rooms and stuff. We're still saying the same things that led me to leave. And exactly touching the point of what you said as far as it being this the, you know the metropolitan area that it is, nobody wants to work with nobody. And the business ethic is just like they're like you know what I mean? And it's just like bro, like you don't get it. So to hear that Akron has it and they embrace new talent and people to come in, that it's awesome. It really is. Like I definitely got to say that. You know what I'm saying? Especially the talent. Like I said, I've literally personally had this on this show. It's definitely like the levels is. I'm sorry, put that. I got to raise it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like the talent is definitely there, man. So that's awesome.
We feel like us against the world. You know what I mean? Nobody even knew where Akron was until LeBron. You know what I mean? So it's like now that spotlight is there, everybody want to show everybody we got a whole lot of talent, and it's open.
Okay. Okay. Let's pivot. Let's pivot. What is Speaker Leakers?
All right. Speaker Leakers is a radio show / podcast that I'm a part of. That DJ Lalo, my partner, started back in Ohio about 2 years ago. I came on as a guest, and they were just asking me music advice and stuff like that. And they like, man, we like the advice you're giving the artist, this, that, and the third. Why don't you come be a part of the show? So I joined on, became part of the show. We do 3 shows a week. On Tuesday, we do what's called Indie Tuesday, where we do music reviews. But we don't just, you know, and it's like, it's slap or slap. We either tell it it's good or it's bad. But if it's bad, we give you advice on where we think the record went bad or what you can do to do better. On Thursday, we have what's called the Good Morning Mix. And we take those records that we liked from Tuesday and we mix them in with the industry records to try to, you know, start trying to break them. On Friday nights, we have what's called the pop-up party, where we invite artists to, you know, come in, play your records. We're gonna do a small interview on you and just kick it and let the world get familiar with you. So that's we actually we won podcast of the year for Ohio last year for 2020 with that format. So that's another reason why I'm out here. I'm out here trying to expand, get new talent, get new. I want it for the next 10 years. You know, so
awesome. First of all, congratulations on your accolade. That's you know, I know that's how difficult that is, regardless of if it's a city based or if it's you know United States based or globally. You know what I mean? Just to get the recognition, it's well earned and well deserved. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to you and your team.
We're on the Nerd DJs network. So yeah, we're on Nerd DJs Radio. That's our backing. That's our platform. So it goes out all over the world. We get artists from all over the world playing their music.
Okay. Yeah, shoot. Hey man, we get off of this, man. Give me the info on that, man, so I'll submit some stuff. I got a ton of people that I know that I submit that I can get their stuff submitted to. Definitely.
Can I tell the audience how to submit?
I'm sorry.
Can I tell the audience how to submit their music as well?
Oh, absolutely, please.
Yeah, all artists, everybody, you know, send your music to speakerleakers@gmail.com. We will play it on the Indie Tuesday show. There's not one record that's sent to us that we don't play.
Okay.
We play.
Okay. Now let me ask you this question, because you are definitely a high IQ entrepreneur, so you get the business aspect of things. But you also are a connoisseur of good music. You know what I mean? You know how to cultivate it and grow it and seek the talent from it. How do you feel about people capitalizing off of stuff like that? Like, that's commonplace these days, where people charge for, you know, exposure and stuff like that. How does that make you feel?
It depends on your platform, honestly. If you got a big platform that you've worked hard for and people are chiming in, you worked hard for that. You deserve compensation for that. So, if you want to charge something that's reasonable for artists, that's fine. But if your platform's not that big and you're trying to get your platform big, just like the artist is, you're struggling just like the artist, but you just have a platform right now. Now you don't charge. You don't charge. It's all about the love you pour into people, so because it's eventually gonna pour back into you. That's me. That's as a whole. I love to pour into artists. I was an artist, so I know how hard it is out here to try to get something done. So if I got a dope record, I want somebody to play it. I don't want the reason why they don't play it is because I don't have the money to pay them.
Yeah, indeed.
On your platform.
Indeed. Yeah. And let's make sure that you guys submit to speakerleakers at Gmail. Like, do it. You know what I mean? Like, the more outlets, the better. The more, you never know who's listening.
Yeah, we've actually had some people get some nice successes in other markets from us playing their records.
Awesome. Really quick too. Could you share your wisdom as far as knowledge base, as far as the importance of Nielsen, BDS, so forth and so on?
All right. So you want to if you can get your records spent on BDS record platforms, definitely do that, because that's where you start getting royalties and numbers start counting and all that other stuff. A lot of these radio stations are not BDS important, so you can get an audience from it, but the numbers don't show up. There's no record of it. There's no track. There's no paper trail of it. So BDS is important, but it's hard to get on BDS stations for artists. So you got to try to figure that out with somebody. Somebody bring you in, or you get the numbers going, and it just comes naturally. That BDS is important, but it's hard to get on the station.
Right. Okay. Indeed. Well, thanks for sharing again. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to submit. I don't want to sit there with what do you call that conflict of interest. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to submit.
You call in, we're going to interview you.
Appreciate it. Let's go to current projects. What you currently working on? What you got in the chamber, brother?
All right, like I said, I came out here right now because I wanted to start on a new project. I had originally released a compilation called Connected, and then back in 2019, last year, I released an EP. It was a collaboration with the artist. I did all the production, and he did the rapping, and it was called Young and Hungry with an artist named Clanlyfe YD out of Akron, Ohio. But the pandemic didn't really let me get out here and work like I really wanted to work. So now that it's kind of easing up again, I'm ready to get this Connected 2 done. So I came out here, made the call, put all the artists together. I like to do artists from here, put it together. Let's challenge. Let's go bar for bar challenge, and put good records together. So I'm working on Connected 2 right now. I think we got probably like 6 records done. I want to get probably 24 done and then pick from there. That's like 16 to release for this year. But I also got 2 EPs working on. I'm working on another EP with Clanlyfe YD, and I'm also working on a EP with an artist out of Cleveland named Tay Wall.
Okay. You working, brother. You working.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to establish my sound as a producer. I keep reinventing myself. I was an artist, then I was a manager. Now I'm doing the production and radio. I want to keep, reinventing myself, and I think that's the good way for a new producer to, establish his sound, tie in with these artists, get these sound.
You break it up a little bit, brother. Yeah, again, these technical difficulties, these things happen. Make sure that you hit him up though. This brother is he's got a dearth of knowledge, man. Like very knowledgeable. Uh, Definitely a lot of access as far as by way of middle America, man. Like that's the people got to understand. Like when you look at the politics, the political map, when you let me know when you're ready, brother. I'm just trying to fill in the gap, so we ain't
Yeah,
this. You back? Can
I'm
you hear
ready.
me?
I just can't see myself anymore. Yeah, I can hear you. I just can't see myself.
Okay. But so anyway, with regard to the projects, I would definitely appreciate it, and it's dope that you're working. Like I said, because you know the especially how people don't understand how hard it is to what do you call it, reinvent yourself. Like you said, could you describe what that's like for you, like having to reinvent yourself and consistently re-image your brand?
Well, music is my passion, so sometimes your time runs out in a certain area. As an artist, it runs out. I had my time on there, and when things didn't go right, I kind of left it alone for a little bit. But it kept grabbing me, so I wanted to get back into it, and I had a lot of knowledge of the game, so I started pouring into other artists.
Mm-hmm.
And that was going real good for a while. But I found myself being artist dependent, because as a manager, you can only work with what the artist is presenting you. And if
Right.
sometimes life presents itself and artists don't like to work or can't work through life situations, now you're sitting there as a manager with nothing to work on. That's where the production came in. I'm like, I got to keep on working. So I got to, I'll start making my own beats and start putting these projects together. I don't have to actually have an artist signed or anything. I can go work with this artist, do work for hires here, on records and get records done and keep on. So it was all about staying relevant and still being able to work for me. That kept me reinventing myself.
Right. Yeah. It makes total sense. And like I said, I mean, your ability to reinvent yourself, but still your music, your IQ when it comes to music and business, in the music business, because that's the thing too, is dope. Like everything that you say just resonates that, and it's awesome to be sharing this time and having this conversation with you, because the things that you're saying should be people should be paying for that kind of knowledge base. So I appreciate that. Appreciate you for sharing for sure.
Thank you. Appreciate
Um,
it.
of course, of course. So we actually have two records here for you, and records, and again, here we go, showing you how old I am, right? Um, so we have Last Week of the Sunshine. What is it? No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Last Week of Sunshine. That's sorry. I just want to make sure I said that right. Could you
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about Last Week of Sunshine and how it came about?
All right. Last Week of Sunshine was actually the first record that we did off of the Connected project. When I decided that, okay, I need to get back to I need to get back to work, and I'm going to put the focus on me. So I called out here, and I called Polly Rob like, yo, I want to make a record, and I got this idea of this feel good. I want a feel good sound record, and I want to put OFB Young from Cali Swag District on it. So we got the ideas together. Polly Rob got to cooking up the beat and everything. Young came through and put it down. And once I started hearing it, I thought about an artist back at home by the name of OBE Jab, because him and Young kind of got the same kind of style and swag about themselves. So when I got back to Akron, I called OB Jab. I'm like, yo, I got a record for you with Young from Cali Swag District, and he was like excited, like, oh, I get to work with dude who made teach me how to Dougie. You know what I mean? And so he first down. I started letting some of the people that I look up to in the industry hear the record, and they like, man, that's a good record. You need to go with that. So I actually did that record and released it as a single, and it brought me a lot of success real quick. People like really gravitated it to it on radio real fast, and that motivated me to go ahead and get the rest of the album done.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's get to it. This you're hearing it here is Last Week of Sunshine.
Yo, Polly Ride, what up?
Yo, Lou, we right back at it, man. I'ma show y'all how we living. How we get out in Cali. Oh, y'all know who I am. Yeah. We gon' keep shining too, man.
Last time I take the sun for granted.
You know, we all got a reason to
Past
smile.
time just hanging out with family.
If you woke up and you get money,
go through the streets of Indy.
if you still going, shining.
Next time don't go where it lands.
Put your chains on. Go get in that whip. Cause we shining, baby.
Sunshine.
Yeah.
Last week of sunshine.
Somebody ride, what up? Look, so I'ma shine right back. Every day is like summer, they can't shine like that. Stay lit like the herb when I face the blunt. And the club with all my chains, cause it's a place to stunt. Music banging, ain't nobody asking where we from. We got a pocket full of money, and all these bitches with it. And when they talk shit, I just laugh cause I'm winning. Every day I wake up, I just pray and go get it. And if we take it ill, we bounce back cause I did it. Nigga, so what you saying, huh? Live your life like it's your last, cause it's the only one. Better get up off your ass and have some damn fun. All my bitches love me cause I'm handsome. I didn't mean to take your bitch, see it was random. But your boy is too fly, had to land one. Yeah.
This is
They didn't think we could do it, but we did it anyway. You know, we all fall sometimes. But what we do, you already know.
Last week of sunshine, be on the lookout for bad bitches at cookouts. A lot of people want handouts, nobody licked out. Gotta get mine, whether the sun out, you know I'ma shine. Transform that nigga into a dime. Hot soda cops looking for crime. Send them, put a nigga back in his prime. Transform you like you robbed him his prime. Nosy neighbors peeking out of the blinds. Nothing new though, niggas out rocking they bucks. Some got the kudos, he got them thinking he tough. I play the kudo, cause mama taught me better than that. Don't be a fool, bro. And it's nothing like the summertime. Streets dark, so we praying that the sun is shine. Bad bitch, mad thick, and she summer fine. Tryna plot on what to say so I can make her mine. But she was walking with a rush, I'm running out of time. Shit. Yeah.
This is last week of last
Last Week of Sunshine. That joint, the vibes though, it's like it's resonates today, but it's got the old school vibes, the stuff that I used to go listen to the radio for. You know what I mean? I love it. I think it's hot.
Yeah, I wanted to have something that I wanted everybody to be able to listen to my first record. I didn't want to close my audience down at all. I wanted my grandma, auntie, to be able to listen to that first record, you know?
Yeah, indeed. It's got that thing. Like I said, I'm a transplant. I'm from the DMV. So everything like that I learned about the DMV was through the music, through the TV. You know what I'm saying? So everything that I can imagine, about what I've experienced the past 5 years. I hear it in that song, and it's dope. You know what I mean? So that's awesome. You guys did a great job with that record for real.
Thank you.
No problem.
Did
So
you get the Black Cop on there?
I'm sorry, say again.
You catch that Black Cop sample on there?
Yeah. For sure. You guys like, so who did the beat for that again?
Polly Rob did that one.
Shout out.
Astronauts.
Shout out. Local astronauts. That's the vibe is there, like you said. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This next one, though, you have the next one called Well Connected. How did that come about?
Well Connected is it's actually I got merch, everything that says I'm well connected. That's me basically talking my stuff. You know what I mean? I've been in this game for a long time. I know a lot of people. I'm well connected. And it's actually one of the first records I co-produced when I started making beats myself. So I co-produced that one, and I called my guy Clanlyfe YD. But like I said, that's the artist that I attached to really establish my sound. And I'm like, I want you to do a record to be like the lead single for the Connected album. So that's how I'm Well Connected came about.
Okay. Indeed. Well, here we at. Here we are. Well Connected. Check this out.
Lex Lou, what up, nigga? CL, YD, Squad. If you ain't Clanlyfe, bitch, get out my session. You ain't rap out ENT, bitch, get out the session. You know I'm smoking loud and I'm well respected. I heard you was a lame, but I'm well connected. Bitch, I'm well connected. Bitch, I'm well connected. Bitch, I'm well connected. YD, bitch, I'm well connected. Bitches YD, I'm sipping on lean, mixing the cook with OG, CLOD. You know that's the team. Hope we chasing our dreams. Mind on the meal, I'm smoking on dope. Off of a perky, I'm geek. Gun with the beam. You make the wrong move, nigga. We making the scene. Blowing money fast, getting to this cash. Picking out the bag. Homie said what? We pull up on his ass. Ain't even wear a mask. But that's off subject. We back to this cash. For that I'm a spaz. 50 in the mag, red beam on me. But this ain't laser tag. All my niggas shooters. 40 in the Drake, got 30 in a Ruger. Never been a loser. Always been a winner. I blow gas, not no hookah. Look at the whip. Look at these chips. Look at my bitch. Ooh, yeah, she the shit. She curvy and thick. I'm point like a pencil. Yeah, you know me. I'm still with the game. Be cool with them issues. The whip that I'm in, that bitch I own. This ain't no rental. Came up in this bitch to run my motherfucking city. Ayy, this is for the haters and the ones that's fucking with me. Ayy, heard the feds is watching. Tell them niggas come and get me. Ayy, heard them niggas plotting. Bitch, I'm posted with that semi gang. This is for the block, Noble block to be exact. Bitch, you know I'm on probation, but no cuz got that strap. Let's get it. If you ain't Clanlyfe, bitch, get out my section. You ain't rap out ENT, bitch, get out the session. You know I'm smoking loud and I'm well respected. I heard you was a lame, but I'm well connected. Bitch, I'm well connected. Bitch, I'm well connected. Bitch, I'm well connected. Bitch, I'm well connected.
Look at the jewels, now look at the tube. Bitch, I dare you to try me, listen to the flow. Bitch, I'm so cold, majors, they ready to sign me. I am the shit, your bitch on my dick. Bitch on my dick, buster and split. Get back to my shit, chasing them chips, never turn it back. Lots of fetty crack, I be getting money, I am not a dummy. Bitches say they love me, getting nothing from me. I am something like a pimp, I'm hungry. Dog a bitch and she still gon' want me. RP to that pussy hoe, Reptout nigga, these pussies know. Rush, are you still hating? What's your motivation? I be calculating, trying to get it shaking. I am well respected, so I'm well connected. If you disrespect it, you must have a death wish.
If you ain't Clanlyfe, bitch, get out my section. You ain't rap out ENT, bitch, get out the session. You know I'm smoking loud and I'm well respected. I heard you was a lame, but I'm well connected. Bitch, I'm well connected.
That vibe though. That bounce is crazy. I like it. Like it's like the young people say that don't be slapping. I don't even know if that's a good thing or not. But nah, that's dope, man. Like I love the vibe though, for real.
Yeah, yeah. I had to come. That one was, my first one was laid back. I had to come with that bounce and that energy for that second one.
Exactly. It's funny because when I be talking to the young artists I be working with, it's like you always gotta have that jab, and then you gotta come back with that hook. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you gotta cook them. You can't just be sitting there jabbing all day. That worked for Lennox Lewis maybe, but they don't work for everybody. So I definitely understand where you come from with that. Yep. So we had my favorite part of the joint, Hot Topic. Sorry, it was a new app, and I was just like, oh, I gotta use it. So Hot Topic is designed, these are a series of questions that's designed for people to get to understand who you are and know more about you through just random questions. So I'm gonna fire these questions off. Feel free to answer. If you don't want to answer, that's totally fine. Just say, yeah, I don't want to answer. Okay, cool. We move on to the next one. Cool?
All right. Yep.
All right. Hot Topic question number 1. 5 cool things about Akron. Name five cool things about the city that you feel that people need to know. Hope to get you back in a sec. There you go. You back. Back with you. You hear me? Can you hear me?
Are you there now? Can you hear me?
I'm here.
All right, 5 interesting things about Akron. Like I said, that's the home of LeBron James. Also the home of Hewitt and James Ingram.
Hold on, no. James Ingram.
Yes, James Ingram and Howard Hewitt also come from Akron, Ohio. Chucky Booker comes from Akron, Ohio.
Awesome.
So we got a lot of musical background, people in Akron. Also, we got a lot of signature restaurants in Akron, like Swenson's Burgers, Bob's Burger. We got like a lot of signature burger places. Like if you come to Akron, you got to come eat at Akron. Also, we got a real good sports scene, in Akron. It's like big. The communities get behind the schools and really get into the sports. So I think our sports scene is that's where LeBron comes from. That's where LeBron's I Promise School is. There's a lot of things going on in Akron. It's on the way back up after we had such a down time so long. It's on its way back up.
Okay. Awesome. What are 3 things you didn't know? 3 things you didn't know. Well, 3 things you think the world does not know about you, and or 3 things you want to clear up.
3 things people don't know about me. A lot of people, they know me from being a manager and being behind the scenes. But for the people that haven't seen me in a while, didn't know I was making beats and stuff. Now, even when I started putting the projects, they thought I was still using producers and stuff. I do. I still A&R some records too, but I actually make beats on my own now, and I'm real, getting real comfortable with it. Actually, these next projects is gonna have a lot of my own.
Okay. I definitely love to hear that.
Yep, it's gonna have a lot on there. I done been around. I surrounded myself with 3 or 4 producers for the last couple of years, and they taught me a lot. So.
Okay. What other things you got?
Pretty much, I'm an open book. If people follow me, if you know anything about Lex Lou, I put it out there. I'm an open book, so it ain't a whole lot of things people don't know about me. I'm transparent. I'm transparent.
Okay. Totally understood. Next question. Netflix, what? What's popping on your radar as far as popular TV shows or not popular TV shows or movies? Like what are you trying to put people up on?
I've been telling people about Top Boy lately on
Boys.
Netflix. Top Boy is good. It's dope. You know what I mean? And it'll keep you going for a while. You know, and then there's actual Top Boy. There's the regular Top Boy, and then there's something else. I forgot the other title, but
Summer House.
There's actually 2 of them.
Yeah, Summer House was before.
That's what I've been telling everybody to watch. It's cool. It kind of gave me that Shotters feel for a minute. Ain't nothing like Shotters, but it kind of gave me that Shotters feel for a minute.
I'm with it. I understand exactly why you said that the Shotters. And shout out to Shotters and Teddy Bruckshut and Wyclef and what I'm saying, like the whole nine, the Marley, young Marley kid. Classic. It's to me, I always say it's Belly and then there's Shotters. Hands down.
Yep.
So I feel you on that.
I like Belly, but I know people that watch Belly every day for a year or 2 straight. They just every day you walk up on your homie's house, Belly on TV. So yeah, between Belly and Shotters. Yo, I think it was the Keisha scene, Belly.
Yep. I can't even hate on your dream with that one, that's for sure. My playlist popping. What you got on your playlist that you think the world need to hear right now, or what I'm saying, like check it out because it's golden?
So I listen to a lot of West Coast music. And there's some artists out here that's really making some good music right now, like the homie Drebo.
Okay.
STFU. He also got another song called "Don't Take It Personal" with Bell. TF is making a lot of noise out here. I like to listen to him. My homeboy Baby Bugsy back at home. I like to listen to a lot of independent. You know what I mean? A lot of the mainstream music now it all sounds the same to me. A lot of people are in Detroit sound wave to me a lot of times these days. So I like to listen to the up and coming, and the people that's really grinding out here about to make a name for themselves.
And what's dope about that? Because you like to get the talent fresh out the earth. You know what I mean? What I'm saying? I respect that so much from you. I'm the same way. It's just like, I've heard this. This is all right. This is sour. I need that fresh before everybody else get a hold of it.
Yeah, that I don't know if everybody hit to that Love the Turf, but in TF, I bang that every day. Love the Turf. That's just hard. You know what I mean? I like the hard. When I think about the West Coast, that's what I think about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
indeed. Okay. I'm with you. I like your vibe, man. Last question on GOAT Talk. That's what we're gonna go with. Last question on the hot topic is GOAT Talk. Sorry, I said that wrong. What's the GOAT Talk? I know you said you're not really too much on basketball, but football, you already know what time it is. And I'm a huge NFL fan, so we're talking GOAT Talk. We don't even have to really talk about GOATs. We could just say what's moving and something that you want to kind of just isolate on. How about that? Since I trust that you are very you have a good vision of everything that's going on in the NFL and in football in general. Like, what's something you want to touch
on? We can do GOAT Talk. But let's talk about the GOAT, because I've been debating that. Like, for years I said, Brady was cool, but the offenses and everything are so where nobody can hit him no more and everything now. So I wouldn't give him. I always said Montana was my GOAT. I just love Montana, but Brady about 50 now and still out there. Like, man, he might have to make me bow down now. Brady, I think I didn't want to give it to him. You know what I mean? I'm an Ohio State fan. I don't want to give it to a Michigan dude. You know what I mean? But I think Brady, after this year, man, you can't take from him. You got to give him the GOAT. Like, this dude old, man. But they did put a heck of a team around him too. So it's I'm still trying to find a way to still make Montana the GOAT, but I might have to give it up to him.
That's fair. But do you feel that did they put a team around him, or did he just select that team that already had a nice little fit that he can kind of just meld into?
you look at the pieces they brought in when they brought him in. They also brought Gronk and Antonio Brown in. They brought a lot of different people that helped that out. Like before Fournette came in, they added some key players to that to make it work. I don't think if you add Antonio Brown and Gronk, you see Gronk beasted the Super Bowl. You take that away, the offense is a lot different, you know, because you can't just focus on the middle of the field. He got wide receivers out here, he got wide receivers out there, you know what I mean, and Gronk in the middle. So it just opened it all up. So I'm still, like I said, I'm still trying to find out a way that he ain't the GOAT yet. But
here's the thing. I agree with you. I agree with your story. Most of it. And that's my thing. Like I believe that Montana right now is the guy. I mean, even though, and I'm not talking about wins, because even though we talk about wins, you know, people like Otto Graham, you know, like Otto Graham had like 10. He won like 10. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like Brady's not even near that. But you know, like I think that when it comes to we talking about GOATs, I think there was Joe Montana. There was that guy. And then you put Brady. But even in our era, in the generation that I you know grew up watching, I mean, I still feel that Peyton, even though he didn't win as much, I still feel Peyton by just sheer ingenuity, knowledge, IQ, everything was still just a better quarterback to me. I you know what I mean? Like I can't even do.
I think everybody gonna agree with you on it. I think what's gonna separate it is the head-to-head. When they played head-to-head, he beat Brady. That's what stopped him a lot of Super Bowls. It was them. It was Peyton against Tom every year. Brady against Manning every year, and somehow the Patriots pulled it out. Now I don't know if it was the Belichick factor too, but
Tom
always beat him somehow.
And with that, I'd say, you know, again, not diminishing Brady's talent. I just go with when you say GOAT talk, we got to talk about GOAT coaches too. And you know, as much as they like to say what they got to say about Bill Belichick, I think he's the greatest mind ever, you know, blessed the field, besides Bill Walton. You know,
right.
So you know, there's that part. But I mean, like I said, if Brady go back and re-up on the Super Bowl, then I think that it's one of those things that's where it's like, okay, you gotta give it to him. You know what I mean? But right now,
it's over, for sure, yeah. It's over. Not even enough for discussion. Another big GOAT talk is LeBron, Jordan, Kobe.
Listen, I'm from the Jordan era. And I love what Jordan has done for the game, but I Kobe to me is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Period.
Kobe.
And I wasn't even a Kobe fan when I moved out here. It wasn't like I moved to LA and was like, oh, I'm all of a sudden a Kobe fan. I had mad respect for him before I moved out, but just when I moved out here, it was just like, okay, I really kind of just matured and saw everything he brought to the table. It was just like, bro, like. You know, everybody keep talking around that man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he ain't existing when he was still breathing. So now that he's gone, it's like everybody's like, oh, Kobe. But even now, it's like, okay, now they still just I'm like, bro, you can't you know, underwhelm that man. That man did it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm when it comes to that at home, people don't agree with me too much because I think it's Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. And I'm from Akron, so they hate me immediately as soon as I say LeBron ain't the GOAT. They swear, you know, based on that he's still playing how he's playing at 36. They're like, there's no way you can even take it away from him anymore. I'm like, I totally get it, but I just don't see what I seen when I watch those other play as far as that killer instinct. I know they're gonna win. You know, it's like, okay, right. LeBron, I didn't see him take a lot of L's. You know what I mean? When they got to certain points in their careers, they was gonna figure it out and they was gonna win that game.
I agree with you 1,000%. Yeah, I agree with you 1,000% because that was always my knock with him. It's like, you know, Jordan and Kobe, they had that light switch. It was like at the end of the day, when they cut that switch on, you're not beating them. You're just not. And they tool up to teach you a lesson. Oh, okay. Oh, that's how you feel? All right, cool. You ain't scoring nothing else for the rest of the game. And they shut people down. You know.
When Kobe did 81, man. Come on.
That part. That part.
81 points, man. Come on. You know,
on a day.
The last game, 60. Just to show y'all I can still do it. I'm out of here, but I'm gonna give y'all 60 real quick.
Yeah, but again, he does that. He did that and still D'd you up though.
Yeah.
So I feel you. All right, cool. Well, this is great. That let's get back to these last questions. So because I know your time is precious, especially being the entrepreneur that you are. Let me ask you with a serious topic. Being Black in America, what does that mean to you today?
I do a political podcast at home as well, and it's tough. It's always been tough in America, but now it's really tough because you don't know who's on what side. We voted in a president that we hoped would be better than just to get this dude out of there, but he got some sketchy stuff in his past about how he felt about us. So, and just to see what happened on the 6th at the Capitol, and you think about when Black Lives Matter showed up at the Capitol, the force that they were met with, we far from equal still in this country, you know. If we would have been climbing the Capitol, you would have seen people getting shot and bodies dropping and left and baton bullets at us, you know. So they say it. There's a lot of, if you do what you're supposed to do in this life, I can say there's opportunity in America for a Black man if you handle your business and do what's right, but it's still not equally fair economically or morally in this country.
Understood.
And I don't think it ever. That's why you about to have a third political party, because you got people that just ain't. They're not going to accept it. Period. I don't care how what you tell them, what you show them. They're not going to accept us as their equal. We weren't brought to be their equal.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. All right. What's your thought?
Know how to navigate through this life.
Fair. What is your thoughts on navigating the entertainment business today, and juxtaposed against yesterday?
You got to stay very active. I think you got to stay very active these days, and try to engage with your fans as much as possible, because the window for your time to be on top or successful is very small. Music changes every day. That sound gets changed, and us as Black people, they get celebrities away real fast. It's like, oh, he played out. We don't like that no more. You know what I mean? So enjoy the time that you are having success. Get it all in. Work with as many people as many as your fans as you can, so you can at least have your merch and all that other stuff when the music ain't working no more.
You put a bow on it. You said it exactly right there where it needed to be at, man. Like, for real. Okay. All right. What advice do you have for aspiring talent? People that are trying to come up in the game and be entrepreneurs and aficionados like such as yourself, man.
If whatever you do, if you're a sports, if you do sports, whatever you do, go hard at it. Give yourself the full chance of realizing your dream by hard and seeing when it gets you. Because you can always look back and say, if I would have did this, or if I would have did that, I might have made it. You don't want to have that on your back. You know what I mean? You want to be able to say, I went all the way hard at least I tried and gave it my all if I didn't make it, you know? But you don't want to have those second thoughts of I should have did this or I should have did that. So if you're creative, create you can. If you sing as much as you can. If you're a rapper, rap with every rapper that you can, you know, and enjoy it.
Okay, indeed. And lastly, how can people learn more about you? Share any links or give us any shout outs that you want to give a shout out, for.
You can find me on at Lex Lou 35. That's LEXLU 35. Also on Twitter, same handle, Lex Lou 35, LEXLU 35. Also, you can catch me at SPEAKERLEAKERS World. We have the podcast. We go Tuesday, Thursday, and Fridays. It's SPEAKERLEAKERS_worldwide on Instagram. It's also SPEAKERLEAKERS_worldwide on Facebook. All of our shows are live streamed on Facebook as well. So you can catch our shows Tuesday from 8 to 9, on Thursday from 10 to 11 a.m. And this is all Eastern Standard Time because I'm back in Ohio. And then from on Fridays, we're there from 5 to 7 p.m.
Okay. And again, any shout outs that you want to give to your peoples out in Akron?
Back in Ohio, my SPEAKERLEAKERS crew, DJ Lalo, Jasmine 3 times, and Trey Cool. I want to shout out Polly Rob out here in California, hosting me out here. I also want to shout out Jasmine Sweets for providing such a great week of work for me while I was out here. All the artists that showed up to the event on the 27th at Blue Hills, I want to shout out all of them because it was an amazing, epic event. And I'm actually about to go to the studio right now and work some more before I get out of here tomorrow. So shout out to everybody that got to work with, and we're going to work with again in the future.
My man, I love your work ethic, man. Seriously, and let me throw my hat in the ring too, brother. If there's ever because Donnie B do actually have the beat, so feel free if you need some other work. But obviously you the producer now, so I definitely don't want to infringe on territory that's yours.
I'm always here to showcase, so I'm always looking for some other beats. I'm gonna be right at you as soon as we get off the air. Send me so we can work on it tonight.
Indeed. All right, cool.
That's what I like.
Cool. Like I said, so just in any new work that you got, feel free to send it to me, man. I support, bro. Like I'll repost and do all the stuff I can to do to support all your endeavors, man. I really appreciate you, man. You're a talent that it's undeniable, man. And it's somebody that I would love to support. I love your humility, but I love your drive and your ethic too, man. And we got to support each other, man. In 2020 didn't teach us nothing else, but if it didn't teach us anything else, it should have taught everybody. Well, it taught me to appreciate us while we're here. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, I big up you as much as I can, man. If you got anything new, any new work, the joints that we couldn't make it up on the show, if you want me to, I'll post it up. Just have people check it out. I also got folks back in DC that do music reviews and same thing that you do. So I'll shoot it over to them and let them play it in another market for you. It ain't nothing. You know what I mean?
Cool,
but just use me as a resource, brother. I got your back, man. Yeah.
Any artists you're working with, send me it. I'll send it out to the Nerve DJs. Nerve DJs got 15,000 DJs worldwide. So it's a big DJ coalition, and they've helped break a lot of records. DJ Johnny on Big F.
Indeed. All right. Well, like I said, let's start the network makes the network. So like I said, feel free to reach out, brother. Anytime you need me, man, I'm here for sure.
For sure. Appreciate you for having me, and shout out to you and your show, and continue great success.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you, and like I said, people of this talent I love to have on the show. People of the wealth of experience and wealth of knowledge. These are the types of people I aspire for to bring on the show. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join and enlightening other people. We don't know how long this is going to be online. Hopefully it'll be online forever, but hopefully it just keeps feeding back. And that's the point of this. There's a platform to do that. And really, just like I said, to uncover the experience and the vibes that you put out in the universe, brother. So I'm glad that I can help you with. And like I said, hit me up if you need me, man. I'm on a phone call or text or whatever way now. You got a brother in LA, man, for sure. So like I said, this is Donnie B Got the Beat. We live on the beat. And feel free to check us out in the future, man. We have I got an A&R coming on next week. I got someone, a good friend of mine who does financial counseling, and he's very versed with Bitcoin and stock market and trading, and how that can work well with your you and your entertainment brand. I have Dr. Ebony from TLC is My Feet Are Killing Me. She's going to be on in about a week or two. Just dope talent coming up. So stay tuned, stay sharp, stay pressed to the tube, and love one another, man. That's all I got to say about life, man. Be easy, and we'll talk soon.
Donnie